Hey guys, welcome back. It's me, Gimpy, and I'm here with a little more Warfighter for you. Sorry I've been a little bit slower than usual. We are preparing to move into a new home later this year, which is going to be really good for us. It's going to be bigger. But the best part is the layout of our new house is going to be such that I should be able to get filming done during the day instead of having to wait till nighttime when my kids are asleep, because there's should be a soundproof room, or kind of soundproof room that I can go to film, where the kids can go play somewhere else and I'm not going to be held up by them, being loud and playing and having good kid time. But that's going to be later this year, but we're still working on, the paperwork involved with that and starting to slowly kind of pack up our house and get things ready, because anyone who's been in the military, moved around a lot, knows you don't want to take and leave all that to the last minute, because if you do, you get swarmed really badly with, all the crap you got to take care of. We did that on our last move. We waited too long to get all our stuff packed up, and some of our clothes ended up in garbage bags. So we're definitely trying to avoid that this time. But that you guys aren't going to have to worry about that for a few months. I will, obviously when we move and I have to pack everything up, have to stop filming for a week or two until we get everything moved over and set up. But like I said, that's months down the road, so you guys don't have to worry about it. Make sure that you're commenting. I've got a buttload of comments already on the part 3 video for Gimpy's Game giveaway. If you haven't already, make sure you comment on that so you can be entered for it. Normandy 44 by GMT is the next one up, and I've got one more game left for you guys after that one, so make sure you guys are paying attention to that. And I think that's all I had to cover. What is it with you guys and everyone who's winning all the prizes? Is like everyone's foreign. Let's see, I had one guy who was in Scotland, and it's not Islandmore, it's Islandmore. Evidently that's the city where he lives. He lives in the UK, so everyone's all across the planet. If you see this before I've contacted you back, I've got your email, I am going to be contacting you back, but if I haven't, I am going to work out the shipping details with you. I'm hoping, since the expansions are rather small, that it's not going to be an arm and a leg getting it to you, so I will contact you and we'll work out the details on that specifically. And like I pointed out in the other videos, you can enter if you're foreign. If you're not in the continental US, that's fine. The only thing is you might end up having to split the shipping with me, because it can get a little expensive. But I will cover a good portion of it myself to make sure I get it to you. I just can't, ensure it or guarantee that it'll get there. Sometimes things do happen, and there's nothing I can do if the postal service sucks where you're at, because it sucks here. We've dealt with the post office. No offense to anyone who's a mailman here. All right, but anyway, we left off. We had been pushing through high impact choke point. We're getting ready to step into the village. Unfortunately, we've got a leader who had popped up here. These guys have a really bad cover save, and that's just what I'm going to call it, because Warhammer 40k. Their cover save being a 5, so essentially only a 5 or 6 will kill them. That's bad, bad juju on that. So I'm hoping I can get that guy taken down. But on this turn, we're going to be pushing into the village. I like to keep all my guys together, because as the rules state, you only have to draw for reinforcements where you have troops located. So if you have troops located on 3 different cards, well, then you're drawing reinforcements for 3 different areas, and you can get bogged down. So you really want to try to take and maximize your moves. You want to take and move, focus fire down the guys, move, focus fire down as best you can. It is easier, again, with the cartel guys. Part of the reason I chose them is because it is easier with these guys, and I was more confident I could get a full playthrough done on these than doing one of the harder scenarios. But if you do want to challenge yourself, do it with the Middle Eastern military, because that will really jack you up. You'll see that. But we're ready to move. We got Baker, Stevens, and Foster here all lined up. I am planning on moving Baker first, because he is the point man and he's going to get that discount. Baker and Foster, might put it on the screen here so you guys can see it, each have a movement value of 1. Well, Baker's got 1, but it goes up to 2 if he moves first. Foster has 2. So the entrance cost being one, he's good. You know, they both are covered. Unfortunately, Stevens, he's slowpoke. He's fat ass. No offense, Stevens, but you gotta pick up your movement value. He only has movement value of 0, which means I have to discard cards for him. And I'm wanting to try to save my actions because I kind of want to move over and bust down these guys as hard as I can. I want to ensure that they're taken down or at minimum suppressed when I get over here. These guys aren't too bad. Let's see, let's drop one of these others. You can see some of them have, where's one that has a range? Let's see, range 0, range 0, range 0. Of course I've got none. Range 1 to 2. Some of them will hit harder depending on the range, but I don't have one of those cards readily available. But it is easier for me to hit them when I'm at range 0, so I want to bust in there and take them down as quick as possible, so I'm not sitting here right on top of them. It's kind of like how we did it in the Marines. I'll tell you what, before I get started, I'll tell you guys another one of my Marine stories, since some of you guys seem to like that. This is actually one about my brother and how our group, the guys that went out in the gun trucks that we rolled in, came up with our nickname, and we called ourselves the Ribbon Chasers. And it was a sarcastic name because when you're over there, none of us had cared about getting medals or awards or anything like that. We just want to go home. You know, we want to make sure those of us that were there, you know, those were our brothers, we want to make sure everyone made it home. But our lieutenant was eager to pick up colonel. Like, this guy was career, and he was wanting to get as many medals on his chest as possible. And the little SOB took credit for a action that my brother did, and really my brother should have got a medal for this. So the short version is, this wasn't a mission I was on. I was actually still on base during this mission. He's out, and the way our convoys rolled was the convoy would be in the middle, there'd be a couple of gun trucks in the front, a couple of gun trucks in the back, and my brother was in the lead gun truck. All right, 50 cal, Mark 19s, 240s, 240 Golf, stuff like that, were the weapons they had up on top, with assorted small arms, thump guns, M16s, 249 Solace, stuff like that. And he's on the 50 cal, and as they're pushing along, they got hit by a company-sized unit of insurgent forces, and they hit the rear part of the convoy. They'll either hit the front because they want to stop the convoy, because our general SOP would be to take, and if the convoy got hit, you would push through the danger zone, and then if guys had to go back to pull out wounded or something to that effect, then you would send back a react force. You wouldn't leave the vulnerable part of the convoy in the kill zone. But they hit the rear part of the convoy, and as the convoy continued to push, one gun truck stayed, one of the rear gun trucks stayed with the convoy. The other was slowed down trying to fend off the attack. And they're taking, small arms and RPG fire, and their gun goes down. I forget what they had up in the turret, but it goes down. The guy can't get it up, so he's pretty much trying to fight off a company-sized unit with a rifle, which, isn't going to work. So my brother's in the gun turret, and he can see what's going on, and he directs his truck to turn around and drive back to help those guys out. And, the convoy continues to push, and the lieutenant is in the gun truck that he's in, my brother's in. And as they go back, my brother takes and he starts, mowing down with the 50 cal. I mean, he fired thousands of rounds. He showed me, he took some pictures of all the shell casings lying around afterwards, but he actually stood up in the turret and showed himself very clearly to the enemy, so they would shoot at him so the other gun truck could pull out. And as he's doing that, he's just panning around and laying down fire, and they're firing rockets and small arms at him, and they were able to take and pull out, and everyone survived. The trucks were shot up a little bit, but these guys don't know how to shoot near as well as we do. They don't train like we do, but they got out. Everyone survived. Hoorah, good shit. And they get back to base, and a handful of after action reports are turned in to hire to take and say what happened. And the the enlisted personnel all wrote the same thing. You know, I'm not going to say his name. My brother took and did, you know, X, Y, and Z and blah, 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 blah. Well, the only report that actually got sent up to higher was the lieutenant's report that made it out like he was this great war hero and he was directing this and doing that. And the guy barely said any words. All he was doing was handing ammo up, you know, ammo cases up to my brother while my brother was leading the stuff. And I'm not hating on officers. I know I give officers hell on my channel, but that's just, you know, friendly banter. But this guy seriously did not earn his rank. And for him to do that, honestly, like, the guys in the rear truck, they came up and they thanked him afterwards, like, you know, you saved our butts. You know, we really appreciate that. We wouldn't have made it if you hadn't have done what you did. And for him to get screwed over like that really burned us. And we started calling the guy, the lieutenant, ribbon chaser. And then after that, you know, we'd be on the comms talking to each other like, you know, ribbon chasing one, this is ribbon chaser actual, you know, come in. And it became our little running joke. And I don't know if he ever picked up on it. I think he did, but he probably couldn't keep track between the other female lieutenant. He was banging in the barracks, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not in anymore. I don't have to worry about playing the PC game. There's good people, there's bad people in the military. You just have to take the good with the bad. But I gotta say, my brother, you know, we're twins, and I always gave him a lot of hell, but I respect him for that, because everything, you know, I could always say about him, he's not a coward. You know, he had some balls when it came down to it. You know, I really respect the hell out of that. Anyway, enough of my yapping. If you guys don't like my stories, the ones that don't like it, y'all can just speed up forward and we'll get back into the game. Anyway, so I was looking at it and I've decided I'm going to take and use a couple of these cards right here, move out, to take and move my guys up, because this is going to give me a free action. I can move a soldier without spending an action point. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to have Baker use a move out and have Stevens use a move out. So 1 and 2, and Foster, since he has the extra action, he will just spend an action to take and move in. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have, I've got a couple of these cards. We're going to take and spend those. Set them down there. We're going to go 1, 2, and 3. We are spending an action, and I am going to have to discard a card for Dummy, since he's got fat ass syndrome and can't move quickly. Alright, so there's a card discarded. We are now moved in, and now I have 6 actions left to do with as I please. And I'm probably going to just use them because I've got time here. You know, I still have enough. I've only got a couple of sections left to take and try to burn through. I think I can take and try to burn down this leader, because I really don't want this SOB sticking around. That 5 cover save really kind of scares me, so I want to try to take him down, especially when I'm here at range 0 and I've got the best chance to put a hurt on him. Plus it'll get me some extra XP that I can use to upgun some action cards later and just be in my best possible position. So who are we going to have shoot first? Well, my best shot see is going to be, it's going to be Foster. It's going to be my squad guy. My non-player soldier, number 3, because he's got the ACOG and the marksman. Yeah, because it's going to be 4 or better for him, or for Foster, 5 or better for Baker on kill shots, and Stevens is going to be 6 or better. So yeah, 4, 5, and 6 as far as the rolls are concerned. So let's just take and go around the bend. We'll go 3, 1, 2. We'll see what happens. So we will spend an action with Mr. Foster here. And I'm always like, do I take and fire and burst? Because this guy, he scares me since he's got less ammo. No guts, no glory. We're going to take and do it, because now I've got the reload in my mind. I'm not going to forget it this time. We're going to try it. Alright, so he's firing his M4 carbine. +2 modifier thanks to his ACOG and marksman. Means it's going to be 4 better. And we are going to go, since he's got the best chance of killing, we're going after the leader. Do I want to spend a card? Well, with his 4 better firing in burst mode, I'm going to do 2 dice. I'm betting I've got a pretty good chance for at least a kill shot. So let's see if the cover save comes out in my favor. 6, 9. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Yeah. Oh, and I almost missed it right there. You see that little 2 right there? Oh, I missed that. Missed that shit. Damn it. Crap monkey's butt. Alright, you know what? I don't care. This guy died. That's good juju. I hate that leader. Let's take and award myself a couple of XP. Throw it down on Foster. And we're just going to go ahead and spend his last action to take and reload his gun. We'll lose another magazine off of him. Foster, dude is firing on, you know, spray and pray here, and he is taking and burning through lots of ammo. Here's the thing. If I kill the drug runner, which there's a good chance I've got 4 actions to do it, I don't want to pop the next card. Yet, I'm kind of slow rolling it. I'm like, okay, I've got enough actions I could, you know, if I killed this guy, I'd have 3 actions left. But then I'm pretty much banking that I have to take and suppress them all at a minimum to keep from taking fire. Because so far, I haven't even had to roll an attack for an enemy, I don't believe. I've been able to suppress them as they've gone off. And generally, your games aren't going to go like this. I keep stressing the point. This is a easier scenario, and I have played it, you know, before, so I've got a little experience with the game. You know, we're just going to slow roll it because we do have the reinforced draw left to go for, and that could potentially go bad in our favor or against us depending on what ends up popping up. So we will just take and see who's got cards. He's got those. I can take and draw some more cards with any extra actions that I might have. So let's take and have... Alright, well, Baker's got the best chance. He's 5 or better right now. We'll have him put rounds out at our boy here. Again, we'll go burst fire. He's firing with his M2 or 3 carbine. And he needs to beat a 3-up cover save here. Oh, he lost the cover and he lost the... tilted it there. He lost the reload to some monkey's butt, but he did suppress him. So we are going to take and just go ahead and lose a counter. God, I am burning through ammo on this stack here. And we're going to take and have that be both of his actions, since I'm doing pretty well as far as actions are concerned. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to have... I'm going to have Stevens, my last guy here that can take and do some stuff, because I've burned out all the actions on Foster and Baker at this point, and I'm thinking I go ahead and take... Oh, maybe I should shoot first, because if I do the draw and then I end up emptying my my magazine... Look at me, what a dumbass of you, don't say that. If I end up emptying my magazine, you know, forcing a reload on Stevens with a bad roll, trying to kill this guy, then I wouldn't have the action to take and reload him, and I want them all loaded and ready to go when we pop this next card here. So yeah, let's take the shot. We'll see if we can take the drug runner out, and we're gonna go semi-auto mode here and just 1 shot, 1 kill. See if that will reduce our chance of getting a 2, because good God, 2 reloads in a row. That is not good. This has not been muy bueno for me. Okay, so he's firing his M16A2 service rifle. He needs a 6 or better, unfortunately, since he just has the Kellogg sight. So we're just seeing if he can luck out on this one. No, son of a bitch. Oh, you got to be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's moments like this where you're like, rewind tape, delete, refilm. God. Oh, I want to cry. What the hell? Everyone is spraying and praying, and you gotta be kidding me. Got to be kidding me. All right. Another magazine has gone down the pipe there. Good grief. Even with me missing reloads, I have lost a chunk of ammo here, and that is not good. I mean, I've still got a fair bet, but I mean, that's how many reloads I've had so far. Good grief. I am just burning through it. You really don't want that happening too often. So I had to use his last action. Well, he got the cover, but he didn't get the kill, obviously. So drug runner still survive. That's unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. But I cannot believe it. I think every one of my guys rolled reload, didn't they? I can't remember what Foster rolled, but I think he rolled a reload as well. Yeah, because he's short on his magazines, that little SOB. Every single one of my guys. I lost 3 magazines here. This just... Sorry, I know I'm kind of complete on this one, but sometimes the dice gods are against you, and this is one of those times. Maybe they didn't like story time there at the beginning of the video, and they're punishing me for it. But that's all right, though. We can come back from that. All the guys are suppressed. I've only got 1 on the table right now, so it's not the end of the world. All my guys are loaded, so we are prepared for our next area. We'll just have to keep trying to suppress the drug runner, try to take him out on the next turn. It's going to be... What is going on with them? Hostile turn is going to be reinforcement draw. It's going to be 0 to 3, so this could be bad, because reinforced 0 to 3, pretty much anything is going to be able to pop out at this point, so my guys are going to be potentially taking an attack on this turn. So, and well, look at this. I'll put it on the screen so you guys can see this. Loss. This is an event. Okay, so this is not an enemy popping up, and it's a 2, so obviously it's in between the reinforced value. Pay 2 XP or move the timer counter forward 1 space when you play this card. Okay, let's see. I'm on 9 now, and I'm thinking, you know what? I'm about halfway there. I've only burned through maybe 3 turns. I think I can afford to skip it. Do I want to take and lose the XP, or would I rather have the extra time? Because I need the XP for everything. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking I've got the XP to spare, because I've got at least a couple on each one of my guys. So, this is one of those things. It's like you need everything. So, what do you do? Well, this is why my guys were burning through all their ammo, because they got lost and they were just spraying into the woods. Maybe it was like that scene from Predator, the first one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they're shooting all into the woods there. Alright, we're going to take and spend the XP. I don't want to, but we're going to take and spend it. And, well, that helps, because now no reinforcements actually did hit. It was just the event. Cool. Attack phase, nothing. Close range, again, nothing. Now we're going to remove suppression counters. We're going to remove the counter, and we're going to take and move our timer forward 1 more, and now we're back ready for the start of the next round. We can flip over action counters. That will be in the next video. We will pick it up, and we'll take and probably be moving. I've got some locations still left here. I'm still thinking I go jungle, river, cartel boss, because I want to have that river card right there on 5 where it reduces the hostile value of the next card, because I really don't want to be drawing a 9 hostiles value for the cartel boss. That would just be like the rest of this stack maybe. I don't know if I'll have enough ammo. I really want to hold on to the grenade type weapons. I've got 1 fragmentation grenade left, and I've got 2 of the 40 mics left that I can take and use, and I really want to use those for the boss. So I have to gun down everything between me and the boss. But we'll have to see how that ends up panning out in the end. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and call this one here. You guys stay tuned. I will have the next video up soon. And like I said at the beginning, make sure you take and enter into Gimpy's Game giveaway if you haven't. I will be doing the next drawing for that on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, and it'll be the last game announced at that point too. And speaking of which, if you haven't seen it, there's a good group on Facebook. It's called Wargamers Pay It Forward, and I've actually won some games on there. And basically what it is a guy will take and put up a game that he's offering. He'll have won a game previously, and say he puts up Warfighter. A bunch of guys will put dibs on it, and then they randomly draw a name, and then that guy, whoever wins, will replace it with a game of similar value. Doesn't have to be exact, but roundabouts. And it's a good place to get games, actually, because I'm sure any wargamer has a bunch of war games that are sitting on their shelf that it's not going to hit your table for a while or ever again. And you can basically trade them out with others who can enjoy them. So definitely check out that Facebook page if you haven't. A lot of good guys on it. It is based, on the honor system, but so far I think in the entire time I've been on it, I've seen one guy actually get booted from it. Everyone else, great people, real nice. They always ship stuff to you real quick. I've won like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 games on that thing and loving it. Actually, Warfighter World War II I actually got from a Pay It Forward. One of my subscribers was actually one of the guys that I won it from, and I almost was able to meet up with him in person and trade it off because we don't live too far apart, but it didn't end up working that way. But you can see, you get a lot of good stuff. So if you haven't been on that site, check it out. It's really cool. All right, that's going to be it for this video. I know I rambled a lot, but I will pick back up with the next one, and we will continue our push on to the cartel boss. You guys take care. I will see you in the next one.